our final episode of It's a Wonderful Life on 10 Minute Cinema. Varble, how are you doing?
I'm alright.
You're alright. Have you watched anything else for your challenge?
Nope.
Are you sad about the ending of this movie?
Nope.
It is so happy. I am
Exactly.
literally
How could you be sad?
overjoyed at how happy this ending is. You really didn't watch anything since our last podcast.
Nope.
What a loser.
Yep. 7 days behind there.
Wow, that's just, someone help this man watch movies.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. That's why. I tricked you. Boom. So, we are saying goodbye to It's a Wonderful Life and starting a new chapter with Predator next episode.
Okay.
Are you excited?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
I was like 8.
Really?
Yeah.
That long?
This is like a brand new movie to me. I remember Mud.
The movie?
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Mud. Because
No,
the
Matthew
Predator couldn't see him.
Matthew McConaughey.
Wait, Matthew McConaughey's in this?
He was in Mud.
No, I'm talking about Predator.
No, we're talking about Mud.
No, we're talking about Predator.
You brought up Mud.
No, I brought up the fact that Arnold used mud. Anyway, I remember him using mud to not be seen by a predator. I remember Jesse, the body of Ventura. 2 weeks ago, someone said something about Carl Weathers being in Predator. I was like, Carl Weathers was in Predator? Yeah. So, I don't remember much of anything. I could remember the second one a lot more because I watched that a lot more as a kid because it was on TBS like every weekend. So I'd be like, Danny Glover, Predator 2, let's do this. I regret that now, but that's okay. So, you ready to go on with this movie since I warmed them up with my cold open?
Yeah, let's knock him down. You set him up.
Woo! Let's do this. Hyper today. Woo! Alright. So, like we saw, George is at the library. He's looking for Mary. She comes out of the library. She does not know who George is.
At all.
Which is obvious at this point. You should know that. My fiance's doing a giant dance. It's really weird.
That's definitely pro.
Congratulations. What's the card?
Rock.
Nice. Anyway, back to the show. So, that's awesome, by the way. So Mary is literally scared to death. This is how George should have been like every single time when Mary was like, I love you, let's have kids together, when they knew each other for 5 minutes. Like, insane, right?
That is my one lasting legacy. I'm proud that I took you over to my side on that one.
For this viewing. Next viewing, she'll be super hot, Donna Reed. Ready to go. Wow, so unprofessional. Turn off your volume to your phone.
I suppose it's professional.
Thank you. Now, Mary is literally looking like she is being confronted by the devil here. And in the 40s, that's a pretty serious thing.
I mean, she's not that far off.
George is literally spewing. He says, "Where are our kids? Take me to our kids." Like, he has gone crazy.
Yeah.
And he chases her down Main Street.
Grabs her.
Grabs her. I mean, this is insane. She's going to get raped. That's what it feels like to her. This is it. Michael Jackson's biography. Right now. This is it.
She doesn't even know who that is.
She doesn't. He's not even born yet. Mind trip. Mind blown.
Just like George.
Like George. She doesn't know who he is. So she runs into what I can only assume it's like a social. They're just all kind of staying around. I didn't really see where it was, but
It was probably a bar.
I mean, it kind of looked like bar, but Nick's is really the only bar in town, I would assume.
Not in Potterville. We just walked down the damn strip where
That's
every
true.
single place was a bar.
Well, no. It was more like every single place was a strip club or a...
Those have bars in them.
Well, that's true. This is where, like, the whole town was, though. So, they're all there. And George is like, hey, hey, you, I know you, and I know you. And he's like, Mary, come on, tell them about our kids. And she's like, ah! I'm, like, fainting. Because she's, like, so, like, done with this. And then Bert the cop comes up, and he punches Bert the cop in the face. It is, like, action scene right here. He just wails him down and runs. Bert the cop gets up without even looking, not even like aiming at all, no way possible. Shoots his gun into a crowd of people trying to shoot. It's not a crowd of people, okay? Maybe that's wrong, but there are people scattered around this framework where George is running.
Yeah.
Easily could be clipped by the non-aiming police officer.
Yeah,
Someone could die here, and not George, who should be the only one to die here if anyone were to die.
But he was never born, so...
That's true, you can't... Does the bullet pass right through him? That's weird to think about.
That might have been what happened.
But yeah, it is insane. Like, literally, he fires 6 shots, and at least 3 of them weren't aimed.
I think he fires 5.
Whatever. Lo and behold, he's not aiming, he's not accurate, and he misses all 5 shots.
Maybe.
But there's like 20 people around this area. At least 10. So, it is not an ideal place to be shooting. So he gets to the bridge, and he starts begging Clarence, please take me back, I want to live again. And all of a sudden, the snow starts falling. We are back. George is back.
Or did he actually never leave?
That's a question that we'll never know the true answer to. They do not reveal. I want to assume that he actually did live in this alternate universe.
Really?
But it could
Why
all
would you
been
wish
in his
that
head.
on him?
Well, because it's kind of like a good story, right?
No, not really.
No one's going to believe you, but it's a good story to like...
That was awful. Like, that was like a nightmare. Why would you wish that that was real?
I don't know. I just do.
And the biggest thing is, he's still bleeding and he's dry, so he never jumped into the river to save Clarence. So that was all.
Well, he's dried by now. That was hours ago.
That was all fiction.
No. Anyway.
No time has passed.
He is still bleeding, and no time has passed. You're right. But he could have still been transported. It could have been time warp. You know, doing the time warp. Let's do the time warp again. No. I tried this.
Not a fan of musicals.
Okay. Well, I am. Some of them, at least. Never saw that one, though, but I like that song. Anyway. So he is back. Bert the cop comes up, and George is like, don't make me hit you again, Bert. And Bert's like, what are you talking about, George? And he's like, you called me George. Holy crap, I'm back. Everything's great. Everything is awesome.
He did say that. That's not a word.
So he runs, finds his car at the tree they hit earlier, and he goes, yeah! With his arms up. It is hilarious because he's like, car accident! Woo! And then he keeps doing the woos and the yeahs all throughout town, yelling Merry Christmas to everyone he sees. Buildings,
Yeah.
people, even goes to Mr. Potter's window and says Merry Christmas, which was hilarious to me because Mr. Potter's like, Happy New Year to you in jail.
No, he said, Avada Kedavra.
He's not Harry Potter.
He is Harry.
He's not Harry Potter. He even said it in credits. I looked just to make sure. Not Harry Potter.
He wouldn't give himself away in the credits.
Oh my god!
He's trying to hide here.
He is not Harry Potter. Final word. Christina said Harry Potter. She's
She
lost
said
her
no.
right mind. So anyway, George goes home after running through town.
Like an insane person.
He's insane here. Like way more than Mary ever was.
He's laughing like the Joker as he's running.
And he goes in his house, and the cops are waiting for him with the bank examiner. He's like, you're here to arrest me! Merry Christmas! And he runs around the house looking for Mary because he's like, we can be crazy together now, baby.
Hmm.
And he's like running, and his kids are like, Daddy! He's like, Merry Christmas, kids! Super happy, like he's really excited. The banister thing came off again, off the stairwell. And he didn't even care. He was just so happy it's back. And life is great. Mary comes in the door. She's acting crazy. And, like, just kind of, like, talking to herself almost because he's not having anything of what she's saying.
Yeah, she just keeps repeating his name over and over again.
George! George!
George!
George!
George!
George! George!
Like, she's been missing him for like 8 years.
Yeah, he's been gone for like 20 minutes tops.
Well, a little longer.
Maybe an hour.
He went and got drunk and crashed his car into a tree.
That was like an hour. And then basically, she's like, come sit by the tree, knocks everything off the table.
Yeah.
It's time to have sex, right?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Not
That is not this movie.
No.
Instead, all of a sudden, there's like an orgy.
No, that's not either.
That's not true either. But the whole town shows up, pretty much.
Not
I
really.
would guess. It's like everyone. And they're dumping...
Mr. Potter's not there.
Almost everyone shows up. And they're dumping money on the table and throwing anything they can because George is just the best person in the world and they gotta help him.
This guy's really like the worst, like, what is he, a cop, I guess, if he's trying to arrest him.
Yeah.
Because as soon as this guy comes home, you're gonna arrest him. He lets him run upstairs, hug his kids.
What if he grabbed a gun?
Who, George? I mean, he's
Yeah.
crazy enough to at this point.
No, I'm saying like the cop just lets him run upstairs.
Yeah.
What if he would have grabbed the gun instead?
Yeah.
Totally different ending.
Well, not that different.
Way different. Anyway, so even Sam, what's his last name? Wainwright? That seems like baseball now. Sam wires up to $25,000 credit to good old George. Hee-haw. So no matter, even if these town folks keep coming in and pouring their money, which they are, he already has the money. Times 3, plus another 1,000. So, I can do math. You didn't have to question that. So, it's super happy. Everyone's happy, saying random stuff
Not
to
everyone.
George. Mr. Potter's probably not happy, but it doesn't matter. Even the bank examiner decides to throw in a couple of dollars into the fund. I mean, this is super happy. The police officer rips the warrant in half and puts it on the table. Doesn't donate any money to the cheapskate. And then they start singing the New Year's song.
Yep, little Janie started playing the piano again.
And
Even after he yelled at her to stop.
right. And Zuzu hears a bell ring. And she goes, "Look, Dad, every time a bell rings, the angel gets wings." And he finds a book that says, "To George, thanks for helping me get my wings, Clarence."
You forgot the best quote. That's like the
Oh,
best thing in the movie.
a man with friends.
No.
A man is not a failure without friends.
No.
Or with friends. Something like that.
Yeah, you really fucked that one up.
I did. Well, that was your job.
A man is never a failure who has friends.
Boom.
Not even
Words.
looking at notes.
Words that were said by Varble. Pretty fun, though. It's a really happy ending. Did you like the ending?
I like that part.
So, overall,
The book. It's good.
what do you give this movie? I made you grade Gremlins. I don't know why you didn't think this was coming.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, probably like a 2.5, but I'm gonna bump it up to a 3, just because of the historical significance and the fact that it is beloved.
I'll give it probably an 8 or 9. I think it's
Mine's
really
out
great.
of 5. I do a 5-point rating, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then I would give it a 4 or 4.5. I thought yours was out of 10. So
No, thanks for following me on Twitter. Like
I
you said
do
you
follow you on Twitter.
I rate every single movie.
Okay,
There have been 42 movies that I've seen this year. So 42 times
but
I've been
Gremlins,
using this rating system.
but Gremlins, we did it out of a 10-point system.
But there have been 42 movies that I've tweeted about since then.
But this is the 10-minute cinema podcast where we did it on 10-point system.
I don't
So when
remember
you
that
said
at all. I don't remember
2.5
that
to
at all.
3 point,
That was last year.
no, it wasn't.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
it was. Anyway,
We chose this movie because it was a Christmas movie because we were heading into Christmas.
yes, Varble.
And now it's fucking Valentine's Day is over, and we're still doing this.
Now it's fucking Valentine's Day. Way to go, man.
No, I said it's over.
Keep it alive.
Valentine's
Third,
Day's
fourth
over.
fall, gone.
It's over.
The fourth wall's been crushed.
Only because you crushed it.
You crushed it. I'll crush you. Don't do it.
You want to talk about crushing?
No.
Yeah.
Let's talk about not crushing. Alright, anyway. I give it a 4 or 4.5. I don't really know where to put it, honestly. I love this movie. It's a great movie. And
Not a 5 though.
well, Andy would give it a 5. If you're putting it in Christmas movies, I give it a 5. But overall movies, I give it 4, 4.5. You know, there are some flaws to it. It's not perfect. But, you know, it really is the ultimate holiday film. Really makes you think about what's important in life, not just the electronics or the...
Yeah. What's important is the money that everybody gives you at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have a whole town.
Corporate America.
Let's help Steve Bobrowski.
Hooray.
You're awful. So, yeah, that's the end of It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you for listening to that. Hopefully we'll get some new listeners, old listeners, coming back with our next film, Predator, which will be coming at you next week sometime. Preferably Monday, but we'll see. And, yeah. Do you have anything else to add? Do you want to do any trivia, or...
I didn't look any up, no.
I didn't hear, so I guess not. You don't need any trivia for this movie. It was 60 years old, 70 years old. I don't know how. I can't math right now. 70 is right. Yeah, 70. Yeah, I know. You don't have to quit it. Quit it. Anyway, so thank you for listening. We hope to see you next week of our next film, Predator. You can follow us at Timonson or
All those tweets.
at Big Guy ACB for Varble, or USA Kids 6977 is me. Tweet us, go to Facebook group, love us, like us, share us. Did you think I was getting puke on you?
No, I
Just
was
a
wondering where you were going to go with that. You got like the SH out, and then you started.
Should us? No. So that's a wrap.
Buffalo girls, won't you come out tonight?